Should we just search romantic comedies on Netflix and then see what we find?
Hello! And yes, I'm back again. I know, you don't have to tell me. Sorry, I'll get rid of this. So, cars, film, television are things that I really like. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and that's what I'm going to be talking about. I mean, I went and did theatre at university just because I would love to act, but I've never done anything with it. But that's, well, let's not even talk about that. But obviously we've just had award seasons, we've had the Oscars, we've had the BAFTAs, stuff like that sort of thing, that's good. But what I'm going to talk about is some films and TV today, some things that I've been to see. I'm not sort of going to delve into like cinematography and like, oh well, you know, it was fine, but that wouldn't really happen because, you know, I think when people look at films and talk about films, they forget that it's entertainment, it's popular culture, it's a way to absorb yourself in something. And for me personally, I love TVs that are like TV shows and things that are character driven, or where you get involved in the characters, or where like you sat there going, oh my god, you know. And same for films. I love going to see a film, especially if you come out and you just feel, maybe it's just me, but you know, I can go and see a film sometimes, and if it's really good or I've really enjoyed it, I can come out and I just feel brilliant, and it's just like, oh yeah, you know. So that's for me sort of what film and TV and things sort of mean to me. So let's start off. The first thing I'm going to mention is The Darkest Hour, which is obviously the film about Churchill. It has Gary Oldman playing Winston Churchill in it, and his portrayal is phenomenal. I mean, I've never seen a portrayal of Churchill like it. I've seen, you know, there's been quite a few films and TV things, and you know, with Churchill, and his portrayal is just absolutely amazing. I mean, if he hadn't have won the Best Actor BAFTA and Oscar, it would have been a crime. And it's a really good film. I've seen it a couple of times, and I really enjoyed it. And you know, it obviously was based on things that happened in real events. I mean, obviously there is some dramatization in it, and that. Excuse me, sorry. But it's a really good film. But like the scene where he goes onto the underground to talk to the people, you know, no one can, you know, that is not a factual event. But he was renowned for disappearing, losing his bodyguards and his drivers and whatever, and going out and just randomly talking to people. I mean, could you imagine just standing there one day and there pops Winston Churchill? It would be like, holy crap. But, you know, I mean, for me, he's probably the best Prime Minister the country has ever had. I know a lot of people will disagree with me. I'm not getting into a political debate now. This is not what this particular video is about, at least anyway. You know, I mean, a lot of people will, well, yeah, but he was voted out straight after the war. Yes, he was, but he was also then voted back in again. But anyway, let's not even go there, because that's not what this is about. That's not what we're talking about. You know, I'm here to just talk about the film, and the film itself is absolutely brilliant. I mean, I did think that maybe it should have won sort of like a Best Picture gong at some point. But then, sort of after I thought about it, it is a very British film. So I can understand why it may not have had quite such. I mean, I think it's still been, you know, it's been seen by a lot of people. It's still been fairly popular. But I can understand why they wouldn't sort of have that sort of level of interest as maybe we've had here in the UK. But it is a really good film and definitely worth seeing. You might still be able to find it on at the cinema, and if you can, definitely go and see it because it's worth going to see. Now, just to lead on from that, if you do get the opportunity to go and watch it, or when it comes out on DVD, you buy it on DVD. If you can watch that and then follow it up by watching this, which is Chris Nolan's Dunkirk, definitely worth it. I mean, I didn't see this at the cinema, which I regret. I really wish I had have done, because it's a really good film, and I think seeing it at the cinema would have been really good. You know, and it would be really good if cinemas put The Darkest Hour followed by Dunkirk on as a screening, because I think that'd be really good. Because obviously, The Darkest Hour, if you haven't seen it, leads up to this point. It leads up to Dunkirk, which is, well, I mean, I don't want to say too much about it. I mean, you should certainly know what happened, but it's a fascinating part of history, and it was we were in real trouble, and then it was an ingenious move that basically, well, yeah, I mean, they're just really both very, very good. So definitely worth watching both of them. And like I say, if you can watch them back to back, definitely do it. I've watched this a couple of times since I've had it as well on DVD, and it's a really good film. So moving on from that, what else have I seen? Black Panther. Now, Black Panther, latest Marvel film. A lot of people have said that they think it's probably the best Marvel film so far. I'm not sure about that. I really enjoyed it. It was a really good film. The acting and everything in it, the storyline's really good. It's got some really interesting people in it, and it is a really good film. But it is still as well sort of an origins film, and I think most origins films always suffer a little bit because if you have to lay out those starting points, and I just think that is why they're never going to be perhaps the best of a particular banding of films. That being said, this is probably the best sort of origins film going, but it was a really good film, really good cast, really great acting, and I really enjoyed it. It was really good. I went to the cinema. It's got some great stuff in it, some funnies, some action. It's really good. It was a really good film. Moving on from that, and I'm probably talking really. You can always tell when I'm excited about something. I talk really fast. Because I talk really fast, when I get really excited, then you can't understand a word I'm saying. But never mind. So 3 billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri. Again, great film. Frances McDormand obviously is one of the main, the main character in it really. And she's pretty much fantastic in anything she does. Absolutely love her. She's fantastic. She's brilliant. Just, can't really say any more than that, can you really? But the film itself was really, really good. Obviously, this one is a completely fictional story. But it's a really good story. It's really compelling. I enjoyed pretty much most of it. Obviously, it did get the best picture at the BAFTAs, I think it was, because I think Shape of Water got the Oscar, didn't it? I've not seen that yet. Actually, that's a film that's not really shouted to me yet. I probably will go and see it because I've got one of these cards now. It's not really screamed at me. They're like, oh, must watch. I know loads of people are raving about it, so obviously I'll go and give it a watch. But I'll let you know whether I like it or not. 3 billboards. Great film, really good. Some really good twists and turns, some really good plot turns in it. Really fascinating characters, some really good surprises in it. I was left a little disappointed by the end. I just wanted a bit more from the ending, really. It sort of does leave you with a question at the end of it. I won't go into too much detail in case you've not seen it. But I don't know. For me, I can't even tell you what it was I wanted from the ending because I don't know. But I know the ending that we got for me just didn't do it. I mean, obviously other people may disagree. They may think it was just fantastic from start to finish, and you certainly can't fault, really, for me anyway, most of the storyline, and you certainly can't fault the acting and the casting in it because it's just brilliant. It's just that last tiny little bit right at the very end, and I watched it. I was just like, oh. But again, it's got some really great stuff in it. It's definitely worth a watch. Now, moving on. I'm not. Oh yeah, so my oldest sister came up and said you should definitely go and see the Greatest Showman, which actually is based on actual events and a true story. Obviously, it is Hugh Jackman singing. I wasn't really sure how that was going to get out, but my mother does love musicals. She used to torture me as a child with The Sound of Music and The King and I, but whether you can class that as child culture or not, I'm not sure, because you know it's Julie Andrews and she's a national treasure. But anyway, moving on. I wasn't really sure whether I'd like it or not, but my mother wanted to go and see it, so I took her because I'm a good son. Son points. And yeah, no, actually, it was really good because I think it helps being based on a true story. But you know, it was really good. It was really well told. Again, the casting was really good. Even Hugh Jackman singing was really good, which, you know, who knew Wolverine could sing? But really, no, it was a really good film. And I would, again, even if you're not a big musicals fan, I would say give it a try. Because I would say it's not a traditional musical, but I think it's, I don't know, I can't really put my finger on it, but I would say it was quite as traditional as of a musical as you would think, you know, when you think about musicals, maybe. I don't know if I'm making any sense here, but again, it's worth a look, so yeah, go and have a look. So yeah, they're sort of the things that I've been to see at the cinema, so if they are still on, they're definitely worth a watch. And like I say, if you are a oh, that's my phone, that's embarrassing. If you are a cinema chain or cinema complex or someone who shows film, put The Darkest Hour and Dunkirk on back to back, please. It would be great. Anyway, I'm going to move away from that now and talk TV for a moment. Oh, it's the talking box in the corner of the room. I don't know why I said that. Oh dear, I have to edit that out. Obviously, everyone has different tastes in different TV shows. I watch loads of different stuff. You know, from political stuff to drama to crime, and anyway. Today I'm going to talk about one I may have mentioned in a past video, but we're starting fresh today, so here we go. And that is Madam Secretary. Now, I'm probably going to screw how you pronounce her name up, but Tia Leone. I've always liked her anyway, always been a bit of a fan, and she's really good in this. It's a really good show. She plays the Secretary of State in the United States. I think the first season is probably my favourite season. I think with any TV series, oh, nearly dropped that. With any TV series, there's always going to be episodes where you think, well, I could take or leave that one, didn't really do anything for me. But there aren't, for me anyway, that many of those. So it's quite good, it's quite compelling. It's got some really good stuff in it. Lots of character-driven stuff as well, I would say. I mean, personally, like I say, I really, really like it. You can get it on DVD. You can also get it all on Sky box sets at the moment. On, what I mean, it's not on Sky Atlantic, is it? That always confusing me. It's on Sky Living. It's on Sky Living. But yeah, you can get it on box sets from Sky as well. But I really enjoy it. It's really good. I think the only thing that really annoys me is Tia Leone's character, her husband, always calls her babe. And it just, for me, doesn't feel right. And it just, I don't know why, it just annoys me because I don't see them, that they would have that kind of a thing. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but for me, that's the only thing that really annoys me in the entire thing. And every time he says that, I just feel like, oh, stop, please. Oh, don't break that. But anyway, really good TV show, definitely go and have a watch. So we're going to move on now to my classic film for the week. I'm going to try and do this weekly. Wow, that's ballsy, isn't it, of me? Wow! This is how old it is. It's on videotape. It's a 90s film. The American President, Annette Bening, Michael Douglas. Great film. It's a romantic film with a little bit of a politics-y, basy sort of thing in it, but pretty much it's a romantic film. It's a really good film. It was written by Aaron Sorkin, who went on to write The West Wing, and this is sort of where it came from. And Martin Sheen, who is the president in The West Wing, is in this. Not obviously as his West Wing character, but he is in this as well. But that it's a really good film. If you want to like go and find a classic film to watch, that's a good one to look out for. So I'm going to move on and just finish this off with a film that I'm really looking forward to seeing. And for me, and I only found this out when I went to the cinema to see, I can't remember what it was that I went to see, but there was a trailer for it. And I will try and put trailer links for all of the films and things that I've mentioned in the description. But that is this. It's based on this book. The film itself is called Love, Simon. The book is as well now, but the original was Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda. Homo Sapiens Agenda, yeah. It's a really good. Well, it looks like a really good film. I started reading the book. I've not got very far into it. I'm only like there, just because I've been working and stuff. But I'm really looking forward to seeing this because it's sort of a gay coming out / I think anyway, gay love story. But I'm really excited to see this. I think it's going to be really good. I hope it is. I'm a big fan of is it Nick Robinson? He was in Melissa and Joey and Jurassic World. So yeah, he's a really good actor. So I'm hoping that it's going to do it justice. Again, I've seen the trailer. The trailer looks really good. So I really want to see it. That's why I went out and bought the book. So I wanted to read the book before I saw the film. So yeah, that's what I'm really looking forward to seeing, and obviously I will talk about that as and when it comes out, and I have seen it. That is going to be all for today. This is the second time I filmed this video, because the last time I apparently forgot to press record on the camera. So I will see you next time with more. Ciao!